everyone, so this week's product with Miss Potatoes is this ISpy sensory bottle, and you only need a few items to make it, and it's super easy, so let's get started. To make the ISpy bottle, you need a water bottle, and it can be any size, but just make sure that it's dry inside so that the materials that we put in it aren't going to stick to the inside of the container. You also need some paper and a pen and a computer if you choose to type the list of materials that are going in your bottle instead of writing them. You also need small objects to put inside the bottle, and these are what you'd be finding in the ISpy game. So here's a few examples of what I'm putting in my bottle. Lastly, you need rice. And if you're like my mom, you bought 20 pounds of rice before quarantine. The first step is to take the label off of your bottle. And now we're going to be creating a list of the items that we're going to be putting inside of our bottle. You could do this by writing it, or you can type the list instead. Once you make the list of materials that are going inside your bottle, it's now time to start filling the bottle with rice. And before you do that, I'm going to show you a trick on how to make a funnel so then it's easier to put the rice inside the bottle. You want a piece of paper, and you're going to hold it like a hot dog. And you're going to begin rolling one corner of this paper in the direction of the corner that's opposite to it. So I'm starting with this one, and I'm going to roll to this corner. When you roll, you're going to want to make the rolls a little tight until you get about here. And then once you get to here, you're going to give it some slack, and you're not going to roll as tight as you did previously. So if you did it correctly, it'll look like this. You are going to either hold it like this, or you can tape it so then it stays. Then you're going to put it in your bottle, and you can start filling it with rice. My bag is too heavy, so I'm going to be using this little cup to put the rice in my bottle. Every now and then you can take the funnel out and then put some of your materials inside the bottle. And then you're going to fill it with rice again. And you're going to repeat this process until the bottle is as full as you would like it. It's best that you leave some space at the top of the bottle so then the objects have enough room to move around when you shake it. So I'm going to leave my bottle like this because I think it looks pretty good, and I'm just going to put the cap back on. I'm going to give it a shake to try to hide some of the objects that are on the top. So now that your bottle is done, you can try to find the objects that are on your list, and you simply do that by spinning the bottle to get the objects moving. This activity works on your bilateral coordination because you're using both of your hands, but it mostly works on your visual motor skills because you're constantly scanning for objects and you're looking from a far point object, which is the paper or wherever you have your list, to a near point object inside the bottle. And something that's great about this activity is that you can bring it wherever you go. So you could bring it to any room in the house, you could bring it outside. If quarantine was to be over, you could bring it in the car with you if you're going on a long road trip. One thing that I would add is that you can glue the bottle cap onto the bottle using hot glue, and that would prevent all of the objects from falling out, especially the rice, because that would be a mess if the cap was to become undone.